Good morning. Welcome to this chair yoga class. My name is Che Bond, and I'm going to be teaching you today. Just want to check in with everyone, make sure you have an upright dining room comfortable chair to sit on. We want to start with our feet flat on the floor. If your feet can't reach the floor, you can always put a book on there or a box so that we can get all comfortable. Now, I appreciate that for some of us, our bodies might not have full range of movement, and we also might have mobility restraints. But let's just be reminded here that yoga is all about you listening into your own body and you moving in a way that feels really comfortable, that feels happy, no pain, no discomfort. Okay, so that's really important as you do this class today, that you listen to your own body. You are always invited to take a break or a rest if you need to. And the beauty of this recording today is that you can pause at any point you like. So a couple of things to bear in mind when we're practicing yoga. There is a lot of emphasis on our breathing, and I'm going to take you through a couple of yogic breaths to begin with, and you will then continue using those breaths throughout the class. Don't worry too much if you have a blocked nose or you might have a cold. There's so many things going around at the moment. If you can't breathe in your nose, you can always breathe through your mouth. But the key thing is to stay close to your breath and monitor it as much as possible. So become aware of it, in other words. So this chair yoga class is going to have an element of centering where we come into stillness, where we focus on our breathing, and we just give ourselves a bit of time to let go of what's going on in our life right now or in our day so far, and to just come inside our own being. We do that with the breath, and I will guide you through the whole thing. Following that, we're going to do a little bit of mobility work where we circle our joints around just to get everything warmed up and moving. And then I'm going to take you through a chair-seated sun salutation, which is basically a sequence of poses which we flow in between. And we're then going to do some chair yoga poses. We're going to do a little bit of standing today. And then we're going to come back onto the chair and do our centering and cooling down and relaxation. So there'll be about a 10-minute meditation at the end, which you can simply do in your chair. And of course, if at any point you feel uncomfortable or you don't feel happy in your body, then just simply stop and just wait for a movement to come that will suit you better. Okay, so there are two things I always like to say at the beginning of any yoga class. And the first one is that we never judge ourselves, okay? So for one particular person, a range of movement might be really large, and for another person, it might be really small. The key thing here is that we don't judge ourselves and compare ourselves to anybody else. And the other thing is to never criticize yourself. So don't get frustrated. If you find a certain movement is a bit painful or you simply can't do it, that's okay. Okay, you showed up today. You've made the decision to move your body in a way that feels good, and that's all you need to do. If something doesn't feel right, my advice is to simply not do it. Okay, and I will be back next week in person on Zoom. So if there are any questions or anything you weren't sure of, then please log on next week and we can have a quick chat about it. Good. All right, so let's first start. We're going to take our feet flat onto the floor and we're going to sit right back on our chair so that our spines are nice and long. And then I'm going to have you place your palms facing up in your hand, in your lap, and just allow your eyes to softly close down. And as you settle into the chair, into this position, begin to notice your body. Starting with the feet firmly placed on the ground beneath you. Feel your hips and legs resting on top of the chair. And then visualize your spine growing nice and tall from the bottom of your tailbone upwards through the middle back, through your shoulders, into your head, and out of the top of your head. Feel the back of the hands resting and the shoulders sinking down. And then we're going to start to notice our breathing. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And at this point, we don't want to change the breath. We don't want to lengthen or deepen the breath. We simply want to observe it, entering the nostrils, moving down the back of your throat. Visualize it going into your lungs and blowing your lungs up like two little balloons. And as you breathe out, those balloons deflate. And that warm, nourishing breath comes back up out of your neck and out of your nostrils. Notice the warmth and coolness of the breath in and out of your nose. And give your body permission here to just let go. Let go of any tension, any sensations of gripping. Just arriving at the beginning of your practice here and now, feeling your body in the position that it is, and the subtle rhythm of the breath coming and going. We focus heavily on our breathing in yoga because it's the gateway inward, a tool that we can use to move our awareness and perception out from the outside world and into our being, our spirit, our body, our mind. The more we practice this, letting go of the outside world and coming inside, the more conscious and aware we become in our lives. From little things like repetitive movements we take that cause us dis-ease in the body, to incessant thinking about stuff that isn't even real, about that disconnect from our own divine wisdom that is our soul and spirit. So I'll invite you now to move your awareness to your chest, allowing yourself to connect with your heart center. Ask yourself the question, why am I doing yoga? What do I need from it? And with that in mind, set an intention in the present tense, beginning with the words I am. So let's say, for example, we're coming to yoga to get more mobile. In our intention, we can set it as I am mobile. Good. Now we're going to do 2 different yogic breathing techniques now, just to further concentrate on this moment and come into our body. We'll take our right hand onto our tummy, and we're going to simply put the left hand on top, and we're going to breathe in and try and blow your tummy up like a balloon. Then as you breathe out, let the balloon deflate and your tummy moves back towards the spine. So breathe in, tummy expands away from the spine. Breathe out, tummy comes back. Breathe in, tummy. Breathe out, tummy. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Good, then relax your hands. The next one we're going to do is called the Ujjayi breath. It's the breath in the throat. So to do this one, we simply bring the chin down towards the chest, and we make a sound like a whisper. So breathe in and out. Continue on, breathe in Let's do one more together. Well done. Then lift your head. And hopefully you will feel in that breathing, you can sometimes feel warmth in your tummy. It's a good breath to know when we go into winter, because obviously in winter time, it gets colder, and that breath's really good to help warm the body up. Okay, so let's now move on to a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to scoot to the edge of our chair so that we have our hips grounded onto the floor, onto the chair, and our feet planted onto the floor. And we're going to lift our right leg up and just gently start to circle your ankle. Now, you can do this with the toe on the floor if you feel holding your leg up is quite hard work. Another option is to interlace your fingers underneath your thigh and then circle here, okay? So let us just start to circle the other way, warming up our ankles, warming up our leg. Good, then we're going to take our leg forward and bring our leg back. So just extending and flexing at the knee. And you may notice that your thigh starts to get a bit tired. Just breathe through this. Well done. And then put your foot back on the floor. And then we'll do the left ankle, circle it around. Well done. And go in the opposite direction. Good. And then straighten the leg and bend. Straighten and bend. Feeling the legs warming up. Breathe as you move. And plant the foot back down. Okay, so we're going to take our hands on our hips now. We're going to turn the toes in, bring the knees together, and then turn the toes out, take the knees wide. So we're just inwardly rotating the hips, externally rotating the hips. Inward and outward. Good. One more. Very nice. And then we can heel toe our feet back together. Okay, so now we're going to go into the spine. We're going to take our hands. I'm just going to turn to one side so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to take our hands on our knees. Back nice and straight, tummy pulled in. We're going to breathe in, lift the head. As we breathe out, we're going to bring the chin to the chest, pull the tummy in, roll the spine, and slide your hands further down your legs. And then roll back up, inhale. Now, when you come up, slide your hands, elbows back. Let the chest go forward and arch the spine gently. So let's inhale, roll forward, rounding your spine. Exhale, opening the chest. Squeeze the elbows back. Breathe out. Feel that nice stretch in your back. And inhale, open the chest. 2 more times. Round the spine. Open the chest. Last one. Well done. And then come back to neutral. Okay, so let's do the arms next. We're going to take the arms out wide and start to circle into the wrists. Now, this one does burn the shoulders a little bit, okay? So be prepared to feel a little heat building into your shoulders and go the other way. Well done. Then the fingers come to the shoulders and go away. Shoulders and away. Now, this is warming up our elbows at the same time as our shoulders, okay? Remember, you don't have to move all the way out. If you find that just doing a smaller movement is good for you, then you do that, okay? Every movement, you are invited to personalize it in a way that suits your body. Now, when the hands come back on the shoulders here, we're going to start to circle the elbows. And you can make the circle as big or as small as feels comfortable in your body. Well done. And then let's go in the opposite direction. Now, circling our joints is a wonderful way to do 2 very important things in the body. The first one is to create more fluid and lubrication in the joints. And the second one, it helps to strengthen the bone and muscle connectors called ligaments and tendons. Okay, so it is very good for mobility. Well done. All right, we're just going to do our neck. So we're going to bring the ear towards the shoulder, sit up nice and tall, pull your tummy in, ground your feet into the floor. Gentle little stretch down that left side. And then we're going to come forward. Inhale, chin on the chest, feel the back of the neck lengthening. Relax your shoulders. And then let's take it over the other side, ear to shoulder, feeling that long neck stretch on the other side, being very gentle with yourself through all these movements. I like to think of yoga as an act of self-love. It's time you carve out in your day to be kind to your body, to be kind in your thoughts. And then we'll roll to the other side and back again. Well done. Okay, very good. So we're going to go into a little bit of a flow now, what we call the sun salutation. Okay, we start in this position, hips on the chair, feet flat on the ground. We're going to take a big breath in. Bring the palms all the way over the head, either in prayer or if you can't reach, just here's fine. And then slowly, if you are in prayer, we're going to bring the hands down to the heart. So we do 5 of these. Inhale. Stretch, pull your tummy in, exhale, hands down to the heart. And again, breathe in. Slowly bring the hands to the heart. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now from here, we're going to take the arms out wide. Inhale. Take one hand down, bring the opposite arm over. Exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale, side stretch. Reach, breathe in. Over the other way. And back again. Over the other way. Good. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your hips grounded onto the chair. Last time to the right. And then lower the arms down. Good. We're going to take twists now. So inhale the arms up. As you exhale, you're going to rotate right. Lower the hands down. Breathe in, the hands back up as you turn to center and twist left. Exhale, hands down. Now, keeping those hips grounded as we move. Breathe in up. Breathe out down. I know the arms are getting tired. Mine are too. Inhale up and twist to the other side. Good. Now, let's go all the way up this time. Inhale. And we're going to ground our feet and fold our tummies over our thighs. Let your hands hang. Let your chin come to your chest. And then breathe in all the way up. And down again. Exhale. Pull your tummy in as you lower over the legs. And rise back up. Good. That's number 3. Let's do 2 more after this one. Folding down. And rising up. Exhale over the legs. And inhale, rise the arms. Then bring your hands together in prayer. Release your hands back, down by your sides. And let's just notice. Close your eyes. Notice what you notice in the upper body. Good, well done. Okay. So from here, we're going to go into a little hip stretch next, okay? So I'm going to have you take your ankle onto your thighs if you're sitting crossed legs. For some of us, we may only be able to get it to here, okay? Wherever you can go is fine. If you can't get your leg up here, then what I'm going to suggest is you put your foot on your calf, okay? Not on your knee, never on the joint of the knee, but just on the calf. And then we're going to slowly inhale the heart and head and hands up. And we're going to fold forwards. And you're just going to come to where you feel this in your left hand hip. You can rest your hand gently on the knee without forcing down and on the ankle. And then we're going to breathe in the heart up. Breathe out, fold over the legs. Nice, long, deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Now, when we come into holding our poses, you can choose to do the belly breathing we did at the beginning, where your belly expands like a balloon and then goes back. Or in this one, it's quite nice to do the throat breathing. So chin on the chest. Well done. And then slowly come back up. Release the foot to the floor. We'll take it over to the other side. So remember, either ankle on the thigh. You might be more crossed leg like this. That's also fine. If you can't reach your foot up onto the leg, place the foot just under the knee here, and then we'll hinge forward like that, okay? Right, so nice deep breath in. Chest and head rise, and then hinging forward at your hips as you come over those legs. Either resting the hands very lightly on the knee and heel. You can also let your hands just come down. If you want a little bit more, you can reach the arms up or out to the sides, which will start to help strengthen into the upper body. So lots of options for you to do what feels right for you. You know, if you need to strengthen your shoulders, this is a great one. And even if your arms are out like this, it's fine. Okay, let's tap into our breathing now. So if you did the throat breathing on the other one, let's do the belly breathing on this one. Breathe in belly. And belly deflates. Well done. Last breath in. Slowly begin to rise. Okay, good. So we're going to go into a modified goddess pose next, okay? This one's good for the ankles. You're going to sit right on the edge of your chair with your toes turned out and your knees pointing in the same direction. And then we're going to wiggle our feet back a little so the feet are closer together so that we can come up onto our toes. Okay, so this is where we're going to rise up onto the toes and then lower the heels down. And then we're going to take our arms into goddess arms, so elbows in line with shoulders, index finger to thumb to remind us of the eternal energy flow within us. And we're going to pull the tummy in and sink the hips down nice and heavily into the floor. Then we're going to breathe in onto the heels, reach the arms up. And exhale, slowly bring the elbows and heels down. Now, belly breathing or throat breathing, whichever you prefer. Inhale. Belly expands. Exhale. Belly contracts. Inhale, rise. And exhale down. 3 more to go. Breathe in up. And lower down. Let's do one more for good luck. Reach up and reach down. Release the arms, heel toe the feet back together. Very well done. Okay, so we're going to stand up now. Oh no, sorry, one more pose sitting. Side bending. So I want you to ground your feet flat into the floor. We're going to take an inhale and bring the hands over the head and take hold of the right wrist. Now, if you can't reach here, you're just going to come over like that. Okay, so you're going to reach your arms up to wherever you can go and then either hold on to the wrist or just keep the arms out wide. Now, when we come into this, it's important to remember that the hips need to stay grounded into the chair, okay? So breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to ground your sitting bones and start to lean over towards the right side. Don't go too far that you feel really uncomfortable. And if your arms aren't bound, you'll be somewhere like this, noticing the lengthening down the side of your body. And then breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Last one. And slowly release. Let's just give the arms a little break. Roll the shoulders. Well done. It's quite a tough one, that. The reason side bending is quite hard is if you think about it, we don't really move like this in our day. We're all kind of forward and back. So that's why side bending can often be really hard work. So just be careful not to go too far over, okay? Good, big breath in. Let's take hold of that left wrist now. We can't reach the bind. Our arms will just be somewhere here. Lift up nice and tall, breathe in. Ground the hips into the chair and then slowly fold over. Just coming to where you feel comfortable in your own body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the long, big stretch down that left side. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath. Very good. And then slowly release. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to go into a couple of yoga poses standing up next now. So we're going to stand up and I'm just going to move my chair. So if you can move your chair so that, oh no, we'll do this one first actually. So this is the warrior two pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to the front of our chair and we're going to place our right hand thigh on the chair and keep our left foot and thigh off the chair. Okay. And you need to try and ground that foot into the floor. My feet are really short, so I'm just going to be on my toes. But if you can have this front foot flat, then that's great. Put a book there if you need to. And then with this other leg, with the left leg, we're going to take it as far as feels comfortable. Okay, so for some of us, the inner thigh may only allow us to go to somewhere like this. But we want that left hand foot flat on the ground. All right, so we look a bit like this. And then we're going to reach our arms wide. And we're going to turn our head over the right hand middle finger. Good. Now try and ground yourself down from the hips. The feet, the hips, and the whole body. And then reach from your heart the long ways out of those arms. And then we'll take 4 breaths here. Inhale. Pull your tummy in. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. Slowly, slowly heel toe that foot towards the front foot. And then we're going to stand up and we're going to shift to the other leg to do it on the other side. Okay, so the left hand foot will come around the chair. We're going to sit that left thigh down. And then we're going to either bring this leg wherever it can go. So even if you're somewhere like this is fine. Okay, just listen to your body. Foot flat on the floor wherever we can get it. If we can get the leg straight, wonderful. If not, don't worry. And then reach the arms out wide. Turn your gaze now over the left hand middle finger. And then breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the lengthening from your heart to your hands. Feel the opening in your hips. Last breath in. Well done. Lower the hands down. Heel toe this foot closer, just so that we don't jar our leg. Good. Okay, now we're going to stand up. And we kind of need our chair to be so that the back of the chair is where we can hold on to it, okay? All right. So we did this one last week. If you were on last week, it's called the Warrior 1. Okay, so what we just did there was Warrior 2. So we're going to start off by taking a nice big step back with our left foot. And you want to have your feet roughly about a leg length distance apart. So that's from your hip to your heel. So if you've got really long legs, you're going to have really big stance, okay? Provided your body allows you to do that, of course. Okay, now we're going to turn the left toes out a little bit so that the toes are still facing forwards, but your ankle's comfortable. And then I'd like you to try and turn your hips towards your chair. We're going to hold onto the chair top, and we're going to bend into that front knee. Now, bear in mind that you want that front knee on top of your ankle, okay? So this is going to put strain on the knee joint. This, with the knee on top of the ankle, gives you bone support, okay? So bone on top of bone. So let's make sure that the alignment of the knee is above the ankle. And then you're going to be grounding that back heel into the floor. Squeeze your bottom to turn your hips to face your chair, okay? And then pull your tummy in, relax your shoulders down. We're going to breathe in, hands above the head, and exhale, hands back to the chair. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. 2 more times. Breathe in, stretch upwards. Exhale, hands back to the chair. One last one. Reach it up. Inhale. Good. Exhale, hands onto the chair. And then we're going to step forward. Good. Maybe shake your legs out if you need it. And then let's do that on the other side. So we'll take a nice big stance back with the right leg. Ground the ankle into the floor. Turn your ankle out to a degree that feels comfortable. And then let's find that alignment of the front knee. Okay, so the knee's on top of the ankle, tummy's pulled in, shoulders are soft down the back. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Breathe in, rise. Very well done. And lower. 2 more times. Breathe in, up. Lower your hands slowly back down. 1 more time. Very good. Slowly step the back foot forward. Okay. Now we're going to do a forward fold here. Okay, so we're going to take the feet under the hips. And remember, feet hip distance is where the bone of your thigh hooks into the socket of your hips. It's not this outside part of us. It's ever so slightly inward. Okay, so let's get those feet into hip distance apart. Spread your toes nice and wide. You're going to hold onto your chair. And then we're going to slowly keep the weight balanced in your heels and feet. So we might need to reach the feet back a little bit and the hands a little bit forward. Because what we're going to do is we're going to come over and slide our hands and arms along the chair. Okay, now you can bend your knees here if you need to. And we're aiming to have our body in a perfect 90-degree bend. Okay, so we're getting a nice big stretch down the back of our legs. Keep your head in line with your spine. Keep your feet grounded into the floor and then lift up through the backs of your legs. Deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. 2 more breaths. Last one. Good. And then slowly walk your hands back up to your chair. Shake your legs out if you need to. And we're going to do a little balance now. Okay, so we're going to ground onto the right foot and then lift the left toes up onto the mat. Now you can do this in 2 ways. You can keep your toes on the floor, hold your hand on your chair, or you can turn your knee out to the side, keep your toes on the floor there. Okay, in fact, actually, let's all do that one. So knee goes out to the side and your toes are on the mat. So this hand on the hip with the left hand is option 1. Option 2 is to lift your foot off the ground and have your foot on your ankle. Or option 3 is to have your foot on your calf. Please be mindful that you're not putting your foot on your knee. Okay, we don't want to push our knee outwards because that's not good. You want your foot on below the knee, or perhaps if you want to, you can take it above the knee too. Okay, so just feel into what works for your body. But I'm going to go for the calf today. Hand on hips. Now, here's where we can play with our balance, all right? 2 things to remember when we're balancing is the gaze of the eyes wants to be on a fixed spot. So I normally go down tip of the nose to the floor, and your tummy wants to be pulled in, okay? So find something on the floor in front of you that you can stare at. Hand on your hip, belly pulls back, and then maybe we can hover the hand just above the chair. Okay, if you're feeling confident, and you want to take the hand onto the waist and do both hands on hips, you can. And of course, if you want to go even more confident, you can take your hands to prayer at the center of your chest. But always know that your chair is just there, okay? So let's just take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. This is going to really strengthen the ankle muscles. It's going to help stabilize the energy flow in your right and left side of the body. Last inhale. And exhale. And slowly release the foot. Take it back onto the mat and let's just give that right leg a little shake out. Good. Okay, so let's go on to the left side now. We're going to firstly ground the left foot into the floor. Find your focus for the eyes and pull your tummy in. Come onto the toes on the right leg and then open the hip by turning the knee out to the side. And remember, you can go anywhere depending on your hip mobility, okay? Option 1, to have the toe there on the floor. Option 2, on the ankle. Option 3, on the calf just below the knee. Or if you did go all the way up into the inner thigh on the other side, you'll do the same here, okay? But it's always important to do the same on both sides. Okay, fabulous. So I did the calf again. I'll do that here. Now, let's find our balance. Breathe deeply. Maybe hover the hand to begin with. Maybe bring the hand on the hip if we did on the other side. Or if we're going to be really brave. And remember, no judgment, no criticism. If you're wobbly or if you have to fall out and come back in, it's okay. All right? You showed up today, and that's something to be proud of. Whether we're balancing, whether we're not, whether we're falling out. In fact, I always find being really wobbly and falling out of poses teaches us something quite important. It teaches us to be gentle on ourselves. It teaches us that sometimes in life we fall, don't we? Or things go wrong. But with yoga, we know that when things go wrong, it's just opportunity for growth. So may we grow when we're facing a challenge. Okay, well done. Let's take that foot off and just shake the leg out. And then we're going to come to sit back on our chairs and we're going to do our relaxation. So the only thing we're left to do before we do relaxation is we're going to do a seated twist, because if you think about it today, we have moved our body forward and back, side to side, and we've done a little bit of rotation, but we're just going to do one seated rotation pose now before we go into relaxation. So feet flat on the floor, please. We're going to take our arms all the way over the head or wherever they can reach. Inhale. Twist yourself round to the right. Bring your left hand on your right thigh, and your right hand's going to tuck behind your back just on the chair, and you can take the back of the hand onto the chair behind you. Now, when you come into this, finally, you're going to turn your head towards the right shoulder. You're going to ground your hips heavily into the floor so that your hips are not moving. And where the rotation in the body is coming from is just in the spine, more specifically in the middle of your spine, okay? Because the lower vertebrae don't really rotate. The middle vertebrae do. And then, of course, we've got quite a lot of rotation in our necks because we can look behind us, okay? Now, when you're sat here, I want you to think about grounding down and relaxing into the twist as you exhale. And as you breathe in, I want you to think about rising up on the inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Then we're going to take a big breath in and float the arms all the way up over the shoulders. And then twist around the other side. So the left hand comes behind the back. The right hand goes to the thigh on the left. Turn your gaze as far as comfortably your neck will allow you to go. And then breathe in. And relax. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And exhale. One more time. Take a deep breath in, float the arms all the way over your shoulders. Bring your hands together in prayer. Very well done. So we're going to go into our final pose now, where it's like we started, on our bottoms on our chair. So sit yourself all the way back. We're going to take the index fingers to thumbs and then turn the back of the hands onto our thighs. Relax the shoulders down, close your eyes. Start with a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth with a big sigh. Just letting your whole body rest. In again. One more time. Let it all go as you sigh out. Then close your mouth and just go back to your nose breathing. Take a scan in your body from your feet, through your legs, to your hips, up your spine, down your arms, and to the top of your head. Notice what you notice. Notice the sensations in your body. You may feel things like heat and fizziness, tingly. Whatever you notice in your body, just notice it. Let the sensation come with no judgment and no criticism. If you notice your breath deepening and slowing, that is a good thing. If you notice any tension building in your body, take a breath into that area and just release it. And of course, any thoughts that enter the mind, notice them, take a breath and let them go. We're going to take a few moments here to feel into the heart center. In the middle of your chest, visualize a tiny candle flame, a single candle flame. Allow that flame to grow bigger as it emanates a warm, golden glow. Know that this warm, golden glow is the essence of your spirit. It is who you really are. You are loved. You are loving. You are divine. You are pure, divine love. The soul that is within your physical body is pure. It is untarnished or unbroken by the experiences you've had. Allow that warm, loving glow to spread now from your heart center down through the trunk of your body towards your hips. With each breath you take, see that loving energy magnify and amplify through your body, creating this glowing golden color. See it swirling down through your pelvic bowl and into your legs. Let that energy connect to your physical body, to your mental mind, reminding you that you are able and powerful to heal your own physical body. See it moving all the way down into your feet as you feel your toes begin to warm and glow. Then witnessing the whole shaft of your legs, from your hips to your toes, just emanating this beautiful golden color, filling your body up with this energy of connection and love. peace and joy. See your whole torso glowing now as the energy moves down through your arms, into the tips of your fingers, filling up your shoulders, your neck, your mouth and jaw, your cheeks and nostrils. Feel that golden energy filling right up to the top of your head. Now visualize your body sitting here glowing from head to toe, vibrating at only a frequency of love. That frequency of love is able to move all fear from your mind. That is able to wash away any stresses or worries that you have. Feeling your full body, feeling the full potential of your spirit as you connect to it now. From this moment onwards, allow your heart to be the guiding light in your life. Feeling into things that bring you joy. Taking care of your physical body with nourishing foods, gentle movements, fresh air and water. Taking care of your mind with loving, kind thoughts, releasing judgments and criticisms of your own being and of others. Now we're going to sit here in silence, just breathing for a few more moments, visualizing the body as it radiates this golden light. You can repeat the following mantra as we sit here. I am enough. I have enough. I am loved. I am enough. I have enough. I am loved. Now very slowly start to deepen your breathing. Gently start to move your fingers and your toes, easing the body out of that deep rest. We're going to take a big stretch. Inhale. Then exhale, gently fold over your legs. Make your way slowly back up to sitting. And then we'll finish with a gentle bow. Bring your hands together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope the class felt good in your body. And of course, if there's any feedback, please do let me or Move Together know. Obviously, it will hopefully come back to me anyway. But I will see you again next week in live, in person. And until then, have a lovely weekend.